Now, what's interesting about white balance setting, which is what I'm going to emphasize here now, is that it redefines the colorimetric definitions of the RGB primaries in the image. Now, basically what that means is that you can't make this edit in Photoshop because it is doing that to the linear data of the image file. If I were to open a JPEG of this image, which is what I can do here right now, you'll find that adjusting white balance is not the same thing. So I'm going to open in Camera Raw, and this, the first image up front on the film strip menu is a .cr2 file. This is a raw file. The one below is a JPEG file, and I did not create this JPEG. This is a camera-generated JPEG by setting it to capture both a raw file as well as a JPEG file for every shot I take. Now, if I were to select the tool, which is, this is done in the film strip menu, and I were to adjust the temperature as well as the tint, and what it does is to apply a similar adjustment to both files. We can see that this is a raw file, and this is JPEG file. Now, this is not fully accurate, and what we have seen is that the JPEG file has shifted far more than raw file. Let me just do it again. I'm going to see. Okay, I'm going to do it one at a time instead and show you this is the raw file, and this is me tweaking the color back and forth on temperature. And if I do that to the JPEG file, see what happens. It is very drastic and it's not uniform. It's not fully uniform. Go back to the raw file and do it again. It's much more gradual, and it is less intensive in terms of information loss.
What we do next is File, Save for Web Devices, and you have all your slices here. Slice 1, slice 2, 3, 4, and so on. And we just put to JPEG, and we can also put it to PNG, but since there's no transparency, we can just put to JPEG, and we save to test. Save under HTML and images, settings is default, slice is all slices, we put it as index.html, and we save. And there you go, your web page. So what you can do is, knowing where the image is, this is one image, this is another image, you can link it up through your HTML file. Like I said, this is the very basic way of creating a website. You can change this to Creative Pro Singapore, and you can see the change here.
So I'm going to click on New Pixel Mask, okay? And one thing I do like though, very useful, is that the color range is available here. So you don't have to go into like select and go into color range. We can access color range from over here right now, okay? So it's something new for you to explore. So I'm going to go ahead and click on color range, okay? And my color range does appear. So now I got my color range, and what I want to do is basically just to single out the tones of the legs. Okay, so I'm just going to maybe click here, and maybe I'm just going to click over here. So I just single out the legs. I get some rubbish area here, but it's okay. I can clean up the mask later. So I'm just going to go ahead and accept this. Click OK. And if I go over to my layers palette, there you go. My mask actually appears over here. So if I want to clean up my mask, I can simply hold the Alt key. As usual, this is nothing new. Okay, just click on this, and I can go and clean up my mask inside here. Okay, so what they've done here is that now you can actually control the size of the brushes using your mouse. Okay, let's say for example I want to paint this part black. Okay, I got my foreground is black. I'm going to hold down the Alt key and then use the right button mouse on my mouse. Okay, hold down and notice that I get a little. Now you're not actually painting red, by the way. This is actually your brush size increasing and decreasing. So Alt right bracket. Okay, you can write that down if you want to remember. Alt right bracket. So I'm just going to get it to a size maybe like this. But what if I want to make it softer? Okay, I'm just going to make it a bit bigger. If I want to make it softer, it's Alt and Shift followed by right bracket key. Okay.